channel. Today I have a good one for you. We're going to be making spicy touchdown chili. I am so excited about this one. Fall is here, the weather is cool, and chili is the #1 thing I think most families look forward to during this time of year. This recipe only takes 30 minutes to prep, and you can cook it on the stove top as long as you're home, or you can put it in the slow cooker if you have things to do. It has a lot of the ingredients that you're used to in making chili, but a few surprises as well. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. We're also going to be making some really quick homemade beer biscuits to go along with it. I'm excited about this one, you guys. Let's get started. For this recipe, you're going to need 1 pound ground beef, 1 pound bulk pork sausage, 2 cans kidney beans, 2 cans pinto beans, 2 cans of diced tomatoes with green chilies, 12 ounces of beer, 6 bacon strips, 1 small onion, chili powder, cumin, 2 garlic cloves, pickled jalapeno slices, dry basil, and cayenne pepper. Okay, I have my cast iron skillet here. I have it on a medium-high heat. I'm going to add a little bit of avocado oil to the bottom of my pan. I'm going to go ahead and get my ground beef and pork sausage in the pan. Now, when you're choosing a ground beef, and we switched over to grass-fed, which is lovely, but you can still get it with a different fat content. I choose in chilies and these types of dishes to use a lean ground beef. I just don't like the oil content or the fat content that comes in it. I feel like it changes the flavor of the dish, so.
Totally up to you.
Totally up to you. So if you were making this in a slow cooker, in the crock pot recipe, you would cook these separately, it says. I'm choosing to cook them together. I don't understand the whole separation. There might be like a science whatever, but I've always cooked my meats together. It's all going in the same pot, so. I need to get one of those meat mashers. I think it's by Pampered Chef, but I know that they sell one just like it on Amazon. And I feel like we leave every weekend, and when I think about buying things, we're always going to be gone, and I don't want stuff sitting on my front porch while I'm gone. So, anyways, we're going to go ahead and get this all browned up. While we're waiting for the meat to brown up, we're going to go ahead and dice up our onion and get our garlic minced. I would love to know who tried my last recipe, the Marry Me chicken. It is such a good dish, you guys. I'll make sure to link it down below. I think I always have the Feastful Friday playlist linked in the description or in the cards, so you can go back and check out what we've made so far. This is a new series here on my channel because I enjoy cooking, and I enjoy cooking with you guys, and I was trying to figure out how to incorporate that on my channel, and I thought, you know what, I'll just do a separate day with just recipes, and it seems to be working out pretty good. But I would love to know who tried the Marry Me chicken and what did you think about it. I know that some of you were trying the lasagna, and I'd love to know how you guys liked that too. That's such an easy dish to make. And really, you can incorporate anything you want into that dish. You know, if you wanted to add spinach, you could add spinach. I also thought that it would be fun as we approach the holidays to have you guys send me in family recipes, and I can feature those on the channel on Feastful Friday. So if you have a recipe that your family loves, that you think we would all enjoy, please feel free to email that to me. Make sure to include your name in the email, because sometimes people's emails and screen names on social media don't match their real name, but I would like to give you credit. If you're comfortable with that, you can let me know in the email. I just started putting my email in the description box, and I did have a couple of people reach out to me on Instagram, not many, but a couple, asking me if I had a P.O. box. I do not have a P.O. box because I don't make videos to get things from you guys. But a couple people have reached out, you know, they wanted to send me cards and that kind of stuff, and I just think that that is so sweet, and I appreciate that. But it's, you know, just not, I just don't feel like I'm there yet, so I don't want to pay for a P.O. box if it's not needed yet. Maybe one day it will be. All right, we got these all diced up and ready. Let's go check on the meat. Now this chili couldn't be easier to make. The recipe calls for putting the bacon in raw, which I'm not opposed to. Again, because it's going to be cooking for several hours. You can really smell the difference too in your meats when you use grass-fed hamburger versus non-grass-fed hamburger. And the taste and flavor is so much different. We're almost there. I just got my hair cut yesterday. I got it colored, and she cut off all of the dead, and so it's like this really short haircut now. But I think that the neat thing about this particular recipe is, you know, I'm sure everybody has a chili recipe that they love to follow, is the ingredients. I think the ingredients are fun, and it's a kickoff chili, so I think it would be perfect for the crowds. Although it does have some spicy ingredients. And I will tell you, if you're somebody who's new to the kitchen or not really familiar with ingredients, anything that's spicy that's in this recipe you can leave out, and the taste will be phenomenal, I promise you. It just adds a different, I don't know, level to your dish when you add spicy. We are fans of spicy anything, so I'm gonna go ahead and add it in today's chili. And I will tell you that there was one more can that I did not put up it calls for a can of diced tomatoes with onion, and I could not find anything like that in my grocery store, so I'm choosing to leave that out. And that's another thing about recipes is when you're baking, you have to be really particular about your recipe, and I guess that's why I'm not a huge baker. But when you're in the kitchen cooking a meal, you can really play with the ingredients. You can leave things out. You know, not the staple items in a recipe, for instance. Well, I guess you could. You could leave the meat out altogether if you wanted to and just do the beans and everything else for a vegan chili or a vegetarian chili. But you can really just play with recipes in the kitchen and still have them taste so delicious. Also, if you follow a recipe exactly the way it's written, and when you and your family are enjoying it, you can say, oh, I should have added this, or, you know, you might even want to add things to the recipe, so that's always fun. I know a lot of people like to add corn to their chili. We're not fans of it, but you may be, and that would be delicious, I think, in something like this. So do not be afraid to play with your recipes in the kitchen. Have fun with them. Fun. Food is supposed to be fun. That's where you create all the memories with your family, is sitting around the table and enjoying good food and good conversation. So have fun with it. Don't be intimidated by recipes. That shot I just shot might have been blurry because I didn't adjust to the lens, but I'm starting my chili early. It's 11 o'clock. This requires 4 hours cooking time. I, on the other hand, like to cook my chili as long as possible. So Ernie gets off work 5-ish, and he's home by 6, usually closer to 6, and that's when I like to have dinner ready. However, with something that's been cooking all day, it's really hot to eat right away. So I like something that I can cook. If it says 4 hours, I'm gonna cook for 5.5, and then sit on the stove with the lid on it and let it get down to a temperature that's comfortable to eat, I think is important. So that's why I'm starting it at 11 o'clock. I love recipes that you can put on the stove at noon or 11 o'clock, or even in the crock pot, and cook it until it's dinner time and you can just walk away. I love crock pots. I don't have storage for my crock pot, so I put my crock pot, I put my bread machine, my stand-up mixer, my KitchenAid, all of that is in storage, and I miss it so much. I will tell you that we have some properties lined up that we are going to be checking out when we're in Tennessee, and we leave for Tennessee in 4 days from the day I'm filming this, which is another reason why I chose to do chili, so that we can have leftovers tomorrow. I did not do a meal plan or grocery shopping because we're going to be gone for several days, so I wanted to make 2 dinners that one we can eat twice, so we'll have chili today and tomorrow, and then I'm going to be making another meal that we'll have, and then on Thursday night, because we leave Friday early, Thursday night we'll eat out. That way I don't have a dirty kitchen and all that kind of stuff. So that is my weekly plan this week. And I haven't made chili yet. I make chili from scratch, kind of everything but the kitchen sink. I always have ingredients to make chili in my pantry and in my freezer, or at least I used to when I had the house. So I would just make it, because once you've made chili, you kind of have it down. All right, so there's that. So like I said, it's saying 4 strips of bacon, and it's saying to cook that or not to cook that. I'm gonna choose to cook it a little bit, only because I'm not cooking it in a slow cooker. I'm doing it on the stovetop. So I'm just gonna take, I don't know, 5 pieces. I think it calls for 4, the recipe. And I'm just gonna cut them here, just like that. Put that aside for a second. I'm gonna go ahead and add the onions at the same time. Remember, this is a slow cooker chili, and I'm choosing to make it on the stove, so the directions are in the recipe that I'm gonna share with you are for the slow cooker. I'm adjusting it for me. And just because, I've been cooking for a long time, I kind of know how things are supposed to go. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Is there not anything better than onions and bacon? Oh, it smells so good. Yeah. The bacon obviously is going to cook, through. Just like a ham hock would if you're making beans or green beans or southern green beans or whatever. But I'm just choosing to get a little head start here. Oh, smells so good, you guys. Oh, I want to eat now. It's like breakfast and I don't know what, all at the same time. All right, let that cook for just a second. I'm gonna go ahead and open up all my cans here. What is she doing? Why is she rinsing her cans off? Well, I'll tell you why. Because these sit These sit in a warehouse and you have no idea what lives in that warehouse, and they are climbing all over the stuff. So I always give my cans a rinse and resist the urge of pushing them inside like some people do. Go. I'm somewhat of a germaphobe. My last video, I said, oh gosh, after I touched the chicken, I said I didn't show them that I washed my hands. My husband goes, can you edit that? And I said, no, they'll know that I washed my hands before putting my fingers in the salt. But, oh gosh, or at least I hope. At least I hope. I'm gonna have to, oh gosh, okay. Alright, I like these cans better. There we go. Goya does it right. Okay, now we're gonna add the beans, rinsed and drained. And the tomatoes with their juices. And your beer. This is, what is this, 12 ounces? I don't even know. Yes, 12-ounce beer. A 1/4 cup of chili powder. That's a lot of chili powder. Trust the process. Woo! All right. I have to check the recipe and make sure it didn't say 1/4 teaspoon. It says a 1/4 cup of these jalapeno slices. I'm just gonna eyeball it. 2 teaspoons of ground cumin. 1, 2. Ernie hates cumin. Let's see, dry basil, which I thought was a very interesting ingredient, but let's, see if we're able to, how much of this? A teaspoon, so about like that. 3/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne. There we go. Alright, let's give this a stir. I mean, if that doesn't look like a hearty chili, then I don't know what does. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna give you guys a close-up in a second. Oh. Can we just see how beautiful this looks? I mean, hearty. So hearty, so full of flavor. I cannot wait to taste this, but I have to wait 4 hours. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this down to a low, medium low, about, in between medium and low. Put the lid on it. I have a mess to clean up. When I'm done cleaning my mess, we're gonna come back and get those biscuits going. Okay guys, now we're gonna get started on the beer biscuits, but before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and make a baking mix, something that we are going to store away and we can use in future recipes. This baking mix is something that you're going to be able to use wherever Bisquick is called for. So the first thing you're gonna need is 6 cups of all-purpose flour. It's nice to have something that is already ready to go when you're ready to bake, 3. I could really use a big mixing bowl right about now. 4. 5 and 6. Then we're going to need 3 tablespoons of baking powder. And 2 teaspoons of salt. Give that a whisk just to make sure it's all incorporated. Now remember, this is not your biscuit mix. This is baking mix that we are making to use in the biscuit mix, but also to have on hand for other recipes. The next thing we're gonna do is put 3/4 of a cup of shortening. I'm choosing to use Crisco. Growing up, my mom used, whenever she would fry something, she always used Crisco, so it's just my go-to. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and put this in here like this. I'm gonna have to get myself a big mixing bowl. I'm using the base of my salad spinner. And I'll just have to leave that out on the counter, I suppose. But I am finding that I'm needing a big bowl more often than not, so at this point it's a necessity. So you're just gonna mix this until it's well blended. You don't want big clumps of, you know, the shortening. There. And that's it. You're not looking for any kind of consistency. You just wanna make sure you don't have big chunks of, the whisk is a good tool to use. If it all comes through the whisk, then you know that you've mixed it good. To make biscuits, all we're going to need to do is mix together 2 1/4 cups of our biscuit mix. So 1, I know this bowl can handle that. 2 1/4 cups. There we go. 2 tablespoons of sugar. And 1 cup of beer. There we go. We're not looking for a smooth dough here. A shaggy dough is just fine. So now we're gonna take our parchment lined baking sheet. And we're just gonna take 2 spoons. Nothing fancy here, folks. These are beer biscuits. They're casual. They're not supposed to be fancy. You can do them as big or as little as you want. Probably make 6 big ones here. Okay, that's it. So you put these in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes on 375. Yum! I'm gonna store my baking mix in this. That is it. I'm gonna go ahead and put the scooper back in there, and this will just sit on my counter, and I can use it as I need to make biscuits or whatever recipe calls for Bisquick. So there you have it. And of course you can make a lot more if you want. All right, I think we are ready to eat. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yummy. Oh, doesn't that look so good? And we have our lovely biscuits here. Very rustic biscuit. Take one of those. I want you to see this. See, very rustic biscuit, but perfectly cooked. So delicious. Put a little chili on there. Okay, I got a little bit of chili on my biscuit here. It smells so good. Mmm. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. That's good. But I will tell you, it is spicy. So, if you're somebody who doesn't like spice, you're not gonna like that chili. We love spicy food. You could easily leave out the jalapenos, leave out the, don't put so much chili powder in it. I never put that much chili powder in my chili. And I probably, Ernie may not like it because it's so spicy, but I may not put that much chili powder in it the next time I make it. But it's delicious. It is really good. Definitely gonna save that recipe. I actually don't think I'll ever use another recipe. I think I'll just use that recipe, but I absolutely will adjust the spices in it. But as far as flavor goes, perfect. Those biscuits, you guys, you see they're perfectly flaky and bready. They're perfect. Just perfect. And so easy to make, right? So good. This is definitely one for the books as well. Foot stomping good. All right, guys, I hope that you enjoyed today's recipe. Another recipe to add to your box, your recipe box. Hopefully it's delicious. Make sure to look at the links down below. All the recipes will be linked down below for you. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. Make sure to leave me a comment down below and let me know how you enjoyed this video and give me a thumbs up, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye!